Hey everyone, so this is Sade. That's my real name. My Instagram name, my Twitter name is Nola High Priestess. If y'all were wondering why I call myself Nola High Priestess, it came from this spiritual group that I was in, called Zodians, and they had this little exercise where we had to pick what tarot card we resonate with the most or represents our energy. And really what came to me intuitively was the High Priestess, because that card always reminds me of myself. Um, Mostly because of my intuition and just my desire to reach secret knowledge and receive secret knowledge. Also, the High Priestess, she moves very quietly, and I won't say that I always move quietly, but I do um, really follow my intuition, and I've learned to take my time so that I could hear my higher self. I feel like the High Priestess is very connected to her higher self. And just that energy itself, just the High Priestess energy, I feel like it represents me. That's my energy. So I picked that name, and it kind of stuck with me. So I chose to keep it. So although I feel like I could, of course, embody any type of energy from any tarot card, but at the time, that's how I was feeling. So let's see. I was looking at y'all suggestions. I did see that someone wanted me to talk about my connection with my guides and my angels. I did want to finish that from my last video anyway. It's so much to cover, but I do want to start talking about my clairvoyance and how I started to see angels, um, and also my clairaudience, how I started to hear and how I made those gifts clearer. So let's see. My spiritual awakening was during my college years, and I do feel that at that point I knew my gifts were going to be opening up, but I was a little afraid of certain things. I was afraid of seeing things, and that blocked out my gifts for a very long time. I touched on in the last video how when I was younger, I would sleep with a cover over my head, everything. So when I realized that my gifts were going to be opening up because I was meditating, I was kind of nervous, because I didn't know what I was about to be seeing. I kind of was thinking the worst, like thinking I was going to be seeing a lot of evil shit. But I actually started to have some very like uplifting encounters. I remember I had a little light in my room, and I don't remember what kind of light it was, but it only lit up at certain times. Like it only lit up, I think, when it was dark in the room, like if you turn the lights completely off or when you get close to it. And my bed was really far away from that light. And I remember one day, I never would have like the TV just sitting on because I don't really watch TV. So usually it's just pure silence. If I'm not listening to music. So I was sitting on the bed, and I believe this day I was speaking to my angels aloud. I feel like this is how I started to build a connection with my angels and my guides. I started to talk to them aloud, like literally how I'm talking to you right now. I would talk to them like that, because if you understand, when it comes to angels and guides, they are always present. So it's very easy to communicate with them. You can communicate with them in any way that you like, but I chose to speak to them aloud, because it made it feel more real for me. So I believe I made it a routine after I got off from work to get home and to tell my angels about my day and just how I was feeling emotionally, mentally, just how I was feeling inside. And I would definitely tell them about any problems that I was having or any questions that I had. And I remember this specific day, I feel like I had a hard day, a bad day. And I remember looking over to the light, and the light in my room was on. I was by my bed, but the light was flashing on and off, on and off, on and off. Like it was just flashing on and off, on and off. And I'm just looking at it like, wow. Like, and I couldn't really move. I just was looking at it because I was in awe. And I'm just like, wow. Like that really surprised me, and I knew what it was. I knew that it was my guides and my angels, and I knew that that was the energy. With that light only coming on when you close to it, it's like, I felt like, okay, that lets me know that they can hear me. Everything I'm saying, they can hear me. So that motivated me to start communicating more, right? So that practice of me talking to them every day actually turned out to be a great help because I was able to build a closer connection with them when it comes to just taking time to be still and allowing them to send me healing energy, because their energy itself is healing. So if you take time to be still and be present and you invite their energy in, you'll see that their energy every time is the same. It's always very uplifting, very comforting, very healing. No matter what you're going through or what you're feeling, being in the presence of your angels is definitely going to change your vibration because they are high vibrational beings. So that day was a life changer for me because I was like, I'm gonna stick with this routine. And it's like the more that I would communicate with them, the more signs I would start seeing. And I always tell my clients this, you can make it clear to your angels how you want to communicate, whatever you feel comfortable with. Don't feel the need to talk to them aloud, because I talk to them aloud. You could talk to them in your own unique way, the same as your ancestors. But me personally, I would talk aloud, and I also would communicate through writing. So I created a list of signs that I wanted my angels to send me when they were trying to send me a message or when they were trying to get my attention. And I did that to make it clear what would catch my attention. Because they have no problem with you refining things and making it clear how you want to interact with them. Like, if you don't want to see them, you don't have to see them. You could just feel them, or you could just hear them, whatever you feel comfortable with. So I would do the list, and then after that, I did start to notice a lot of the things I wrote on the list would happen, and it would be very surprising to me. One of the things I put on the list was butterflies and birds. And I still, till this day, I always see butterflies and birds whenever my angels are sending me a message. And it's like, people look at me crazy because whenever I see butterflies, I just be like it just brightens my spirit. And it's like they think that I'm just like, I love butterflies, but it's not that. It's just that that's the way that I communicate with my angels. And it's been so many times where I've been having a difficult time or a difficult day, and I look up and a butterfly just fly past me. Or like a bird, there's a specific bird that I see. I haven't found out what bird this is yet. I will. Yes, I researched it, but it's so many different birds that exist. It's like, I'm like, that's not the bird, that's not it. But there's a specific bird that they send me, and it's so amazing because I always see it at the most random times, and I'll be like focusing on something or like talking to someone, and I see the bird and I know it's that bird, and it just brings me so much joy. So I really do recommend y'all to let them know how you would like to communicate, and be open, stay present, because that's how you notice the signs that your guides and your angels and your ancestors send you. When you take time to be present. When we're not present, it's really hard for us to pick up certain signs and synchronicities. But I feel like the more that you practice being present, especially when you're in nature, when you're outside, even when you're out and about, practice being present. Even though there could be a lot going on around you, be present in your body, right? Be present in your body. Feel your body. Feel yourself in your body. As crazy as that sounds, like, it's your body, right? But if you think about it that way, you become more present, So that's my advice. Connecting with my angels and guides really changed my life completely, because it seems like once I started communicating with them, there was nothing I couldn't ask them for help with. Like, it's crazy. I look back sometimes like, damn, I can't remember the last time I really, really, really struggled at least more than a day. Because it's been times where I've had a bad day, and let's say like I go to sleep crying or upset or just not feeling my best, and I may still feel my angels comforting me, but sometimes we are so stuck in our thoughts, and we're stuck in that low vibrational energy, that sometimes we don't want to escape. Sometimes we just want to feel it. Sometimes you gotta feel it. You gotta feel it to heal it. So sometimes I just let it flow. But also, I realize sometimes I'm not present enough. Sometimes I don't take time to be present, to be able to receive any type of information or guidance or comfort, healing that they want to give me. So I have to take responsibility and accountability for that. But like, compared to before I started communicating with my angels, it's been so many times I was so close to breaking down, or I was so close to flipping out, so close to freaking out, and I just received signs. Like, I received some type of sign or confirmation that everything is cool, all is well. it could be anything. It could be something I see. It could be a number I see. It could be something I hear in a song. It could be a card that I see when I'm doing readings for other people, and I know that it's for me too. It's so many signs that my angels and my guides send me, but I really can't remember a time where I've asked them for help and I haven't received it. I can't. I can't remember a time that they told me that everything was gonna be okay and it didn't. Like they've every promise that they've made, they've kept that promise. And the biggest promise was me pursuing this spiritual career and being able to take care of myself and my family. Like that really happened. And it's so surprising to me because when my angels first told me that, it's not that I didn't believe it. I just felt like, you sure? Like just from me doing readings, like I'm gonna be able to take care of myself and my family. Like, cause I've never been the ones who like make so much money that I'm able to help others. Like I was making enough money to take care of myself and maybe give a little here and there, but to take care of my family, are you sure? You know, it just was crazy. But they kept that promise, and it's looking at myself now. It's amazing. Everything they told me would happen happened. They told me that I would bring stability in my family. That was hard for me to believe, but it happened, and it happened really fast. I just opened my Etsy July 2019, and it's been crazy. Like from there, it's like all I can say is God never let me down. With the promises that was made to me, He fulfilled those promises. You know, and it's like, yes, I had my fears, I had my worries, but that acted as a blockage for a while. You know, those fears and worries, because it was stopping me from going for it. You know, it's like I had one foot out the door and one foot in. The fears and the ego and just the negative thoughts, negative thinking, that was, it kept stopping me, it kept pulling me back. I was almost there. I kept getting there, but I was kept getting pulled back. But see, the day I got fed up working at a job that I felt like it just wasn't fulfilling me, I'm like, something gotta give. I can't stay up in here no longer. And you know, God will make you very uncomfortable in any environment that's not healthy for you, or any environment that's holding you back from being your best self or pursuing your purpose. You will get uncomfortable. There will be some circumstances that will shake you up and give you the wake up call that you need for you to remove yourself from that environment and go where you're meant to go. And that's what happened to me. It's like I was scared at first, but eventually I got so fed up. I was like, I got to go. I'm leaving. And my angels told me I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna be good. And I'm telling you, to some people, they thought I was crazy. It was like, why would you quit a job to start self-employment? Maybe you should just get another job on the side just in case, to make sure you're straight. I'm like, look, I'm gonna be straight. And they like, how you know you gonna be good? How you know? You know, when it's not promised. You know, having your own business is not promised that you gonna be able to have the same amount. You know, but in my mind and in my soul, I was like, I knew I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be straight. Like I know my angels not gonna allow me to struggle when they know that I'm going for my true goal, my true purpose, my true passion, my true mission. Like I knew that things were gonna work out for me, and I didn't expect it to be all, you know, peachy keen. But I just knew in the end that it was gonna work out, and the only way that I could get to the end is to get started. So I'm glad that I trusted, you know, what came to me, and then I just followed through and took that leap. I try to tell my clients often that if you are deciding to take a leap of faith, you have to really take that leap of faith. You cannot keep pondering and thinking, and because the more that you think, the more that your ego and your fear is going to creep in, and it's going to be like, no, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And the more that you tune into the opinions of others and what they think you can do from their own limited ways of thinking, you're going to be like, maybe I shouldn't do it because such and such said, you know, they heard that this happened to somebody when they did that, so it might happen to me too. But you have to trust what God told you. You have to trust what your soul is calling you to do. Regardless of what happens to who and what, you have to choose this for you. And that's what I had to do for me. Despite what I was hearing, despite, you know, the what could happen that could be negative, I had to choose faith over fear. and I had to just roll with it, go with the flow, So I do feel that anytime I did start to panic or I needed some reassurance or confirmation, I would just communicate with my angels and they would send me some type of sign or confirmation that all is well. And it's just like, looking back, I really do feel that it's been a long time since I haven't had faith that God was gonna work things out. Like, no matter if it's a small problem or a big problem. I always tell like my mom or anybody, when they stressed out, like it's gonna work out for your highest good, or just pray about it, or just say affirmations. And as much love and light as that may seem, you have to be able to keep a positive outlook of things, because if you come from a pessimistic outlook, if you come from a limited way of thinking or a mindset of lack, what you're contributing to your manifestations is not enough. But I feel like when we come from a place of being optimistic and staying open to the positive outcomes, or the best way it could happen, it's like you put an energy towards just that, right? Energy will flow where your attention goes. So it's like, I know so many people have their opinions about being realistic and not always being, you don't have to always be positive. You don't always have to be positive. But me being a person that I've been able to take myself from there to here, and I know what it took to get me here. So I don't want y'all to think that I will bullshit you and tell you some funny shit that ain't real, that ain't true, because I've been through this. Like, I went through this. I've been from really the bottom to making my way up, okay? And it's like, it was not always love and light. It was not always just quickly manifesting shit falling into my hands. There was difficult days. There was delays. There was closed doors. There were opportunities that I thought would be perfect, and it ended up being very temporary. There was detours. There were so many things. But in the end, I ended up where I was supposed to be. And I feel like I got there from my mindset, my faith, me trusting in my intuition, allowing my soul to guide me, and me staying true to what I knew I was meant to do, serve a spiritual purpose. So I literally do spiritual readings for a living now. Like, it's crazy once you do look back and you look at yourself now, and it's like, yeah, like it definitely happened, and it's definitely real. It's definitely happening. So I would never tell y'all some shit that wouldn't be true. I want y'all to understand that there is a light and shadow to everything. Just like we have blessings and miracles, you will have struggles and challenges. But what I want you to understand, that it's all part of the divine plan. And the way that you perceive it is very important. You have to keep your faith throughout it all. And you have to be able to look at it in different perspectives. So connecting with my angels and guides, I don't know how this journey would have been if I didn't connect with them, because I feel like everything I needed, whether it was physical, emotional, spiritual, when I reached out to them and I spoke it, I prayed or whatever I did, like, they delivered. Literally, they deliver. And that's why I stress so much to my clients: talk to your angels, please. Talk to your guides, please. Understand that everyone has a guardian angel that was assigned to them when you were born, okay, before you came into the physical. So that guardian angel is literally your go-to. That's your right hand man. Like, they know you probably better than you know yourself. They know what you've been through. They know what you need. They know what you're supposed to do, what you've been called to do. They're aware of your life plan. So, and they're always present. So if you take advantage and you speak to them and communicate with them, they can better assist you, because you also have free will. So your angels can't just keep stepping in every time you do something that you're not supposed to do. They can't keep stepping in every time you're being hard-headed. They can't keep stepping in to save you when you had a chance to save yourself. They can't just bombard your situations when you haven't said, hey, I need help. It's just like that would just be overriding your free will. So at all times, your free will is present. So if you need your angels, if you need assistance with something, you have to communicate that to them. You have to say, can you please assist me with this, or can you please send me this, can you give me this, can you help me connect to my intuition, can you help me find the answer. It's so many things that they can help you with, and it is so many times where you may not be able to find the words. I promise you, if you just call on your angels and guides to surround you, they're going to know exactly what you need. Whether it's going to be comfort, whether it's going to be healing, they'll know exactly what you need. And it's been so many times that I've experienced the presence of my angels and I just burst out into tears because their presence is just, I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. You would have to just feel it for yourself. And that's why I want you guys to try these exercises yourself, because I want you, once you feel that energy for yourself, I promise you everything in your mind, your spirit, everything gonna change. Because that's when you realize that yes, this life is bigger than what you think. Right? That's when you realize that yes, you are watched over and guided. That's when you realize that life is more than this physical. So it opens up a whole new world for you. And I also feel that it kind of reminds me of when you're younger and they have like superheroes and things like that, and how we admire them so much when we're young. That's how I feel about my angels, because it's amazing to feel something so high vibrational, something so full of joy, full of healing. It's something you've never felt before. So it's definitely something that changes everything, and I know that sometimes we have to experience things for ourselves in order for us to believe. And that's why instead of me just saying, hey, they're real, just believe it, you try it for yourself. You try these exercises. You try communicating with your angels, and I promise you, you're going to start to see yourself. You're going to start to see yourself. So usually I reach out to my guides and my angels when I feel like I can't connect to my intuition, when I need like quick confirmation, when I simply just need comfort, when I need strength, when I need clarity. Even when my family members or friends, if they need something, I call on my angels to bring in assistance, to bring in healing. My grandmother was sick for a while. She was in the hospital. I slept there every night, and I prayed over her every night. I called on Archangel Raphael to surround her with green healing light every night. Every night. And she wasn't doing well at first, but my grandma got out the hospital. And it's crazy because now she don't even remember being in the hospital. She don't even remember. But I promise you, I knew I had to be there because I wanted to call on Archangel Raphael, which is the Archangel of Healing. And he can take care of your health. He can improve your health. So I wanted to surround her with good energy and healing energy. I would even visualize green healing energy around her hospital bed all night. I wouldn't even go to sleep, to be honest. And I knew it was going to work. I did. And it did. That opened my eyes, too. So it's so much that I could touch on. I will touch on some more about angels soon. Maybe do a video about the archangels. Okay, for now, I'm going to just close this out because I do want to record another video. So I hope y'all enjoyed this one. I love y'all so much. And thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. I appreciate you. Bye, guys.